Hey everybody, this is Kraken Travis, and I was just wanting to come up here and say it's been a rough week. It's not getting well. It's good when I get online and able to go on some of the streams and had some people do some things for me that I was just totally blown away. I don't have to name any names, and I'm sure they wouldn't want me to, but I am very appreciative for the love and support that I got. Um, this is um, this is my aunt, and she was a beautiful woman. I mean, which I'm sure all family members, I always say the same thing. Um, but she's been in my life, a part of my life, as long as I can remember. Uh, at least since I was able to walk and talk. Uh, I figured it would be a little easier to talk about Jean. She was a devoted Christian person. She helped people. She worked at a Christian bookstore for, I reckon, 20 years now. Uh, her name was Jean. We call her Jeannie Weenie is what I called her. She she died Sunday, November 26th. She was traveling in a car with my my cousin, which is her son, and he had his wife and two other people in the car. Um, Another car coming down or going in the opposite direction passed another car and went into the center lane divider. It clipped. When it went back to pass, it clipped the front of the car it was passing. It made some weird turn and it hit them head on. My cousin tried to avoid the accident, but it ended up the full blunt of the wreck hit on the passenger side, and she took full impact. Uh, it's I just want. I mean, I know people have loved ones that they miss, and I know you have loved ones that you hardly ever see, but you just think, you never think that it's gonna happen, where you can't pick up the phone and you just call them. They've always been there, and now they're not, and it's a weird feeling. I mean, it's like a wanting but cannot have, or I don't know how to explain it. It's, it's just bad. I just don't feel like it gets. It's a question to an answer that's never going to be answered, if that makes any sense. I mean, you know what happened, and you know the difference between life and death, but it's like asking a question and never getting the answer to it. Or like when somebody starts a sentence, like when they say, "I want to ask you something," and then you say, "Well, what?" And then they say, "Well, never mind." It'll aggravate the pee out of you until they at least tell you, or you forget about it. Which is hard to forget about because it's aggravating when somebody does that. I don't know if it's aggravating to everybody, but it's aggravating to me. Say what you're going to say. And Jean was like that. When she wanted to tell you something, she'd tell you. When she called you, she called you. If she said she was going to be somewhere, she was there. And now she's not. And I'm having a hard time dealing with that. I didn't see Jean or my Aunt Jean every day. But I always knew that if I picked up the phone and called, she was there. And now she's not. And it's just hard. The last 5 years has been hard. And I'm going I'm gonna get through it. But they're gonna bury her Sunday. And the only reason it's taking so long is because of the investigation into why or how everything happened the way it did. So that's why this week I've not really been in streams or like I normally am. But I'm hoping to get back to seeing everybody soon. And this is cracking. Y'all call your people and you tell them you love them and hug them if you can, because you just never know. This is cracking. Peace out, y'all.